The 2019 Porsche Cayenne twists performance DNA with a strand of off-road talent, and bridges the gap between Porsche and SUV perfectly. The Porsche Cayenne heaps astonishing performance into its tall wagon crossover body. It's a formula once thought to be heresy, now it's old hat. It doesn't venture too far down new styling roads, not from the outside. The Cayenne takes more risks in its simple cabin. Touch screens and voice commands have sent pink slips to the 100-plus buttons and switches that define old Cayenne cockpits. The streamliner effect makes sense of the Porsche SUV's vast interior space, while it ratchets its chic quotient. It's hard to find fault with the Cayenne's trio of powertrains, single-turbo and twin-turbo V6s and a twin-turbo V8. No plug-in hybrid has appeared, not yet, but every Cayenne drops sub-6-second acceleration times. Most will come with a slew of adaptive electronic controls for everything from the 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive system to the available air suspension and adaptive dampers. In our early test drives, the Cayenne's on-the-fly electronics stretch its performance envelope way beyond legal levels. It's frighteningly fast, intently fluent on both smooth pavement and the uncivil roads where its off-road credentials come into focus. Porsche maxes out the Cayenne's footprint with great interior space, and fills it with mandatory luxury features like automatic emergency braking and real leather upholstery. Base models price out from the mid-$60,000s and miss out on little. Full-tilt turbos press near $200,000 and offer panoramic glass roofs, truffle brown leather with sweet gum wood, cooled and massaging seats, and bang-on Burmester sound. The 2019 Cayenne breaks no new ground from the outside. Inside, it's been beautifully streamlined. The 2019 Cayenne makes no dramatic departures from more than a decade of Porsche SUVs, but it's grown more mature, while the interior stitched dozens of buttons to form a faultlessly sleek driving environment. Its shape is temper-proof, completely in line with the 2002 original. It's a bit bigger and more curvy than before, but you'll have to look closely at the ribbed front air intakes and the slim LED taillights to tell it apart from previous versions. We see faint hints of Panamera in its fascias and in the more cohesive shapes that collect at the rear. Inside it's a different story. A big high-resolution touchscreen and touch-sensitive controls have swept away most of the buttons and switches on the console. There's a welcome simplicity inside that shows off the Cayenne's leaner, more logical dash. Inside the gauge cluster, twin 7.0-inch TFT displays flank the TAC, and toggle to display navigation with Google Earth Maps, infotainment settings, and driver information systems. The ignition's still on the left of the steering column, a nifty heritage tinge touch. The rest of the Cayenne's cockpit and its command and control interfaces have a distinct leap-ahead feel.